You've been sitting in a waiting room your entire life, waiting for the right job, the right body, the right moment. But nobody ever tells you the waiting room is the trap. We have a jar called tomorrow. We stuff everything important in it. Until one day, the jar runs out of room. And so do we. The perfect moment to start is a moving target. Every time you get close, your brain slides it further away. That's not caution, that's a trap. Some people put their lives on pause, waiting for HD quality. Meanwhile, life is streaming, buffered or not. Nobody is coming to hand you permission to start living. Nobody. That slip doesn't exist. Happiness on a condition is not happiness. It's a hostage situation, and you are both the hostage and the captor. You've been rehearsing your life for so long, you forgot the show was supposed to start. Waiting for everything to be just right is the Goldilocks trap. And spoiler, nothing ever feels just right. Some of us become ghosts in our own stories, present in body but absent in action, haunting the life we were supposed to live. The weather will never be perfect, neither will the moment. Both are excuses dressed up as logic. Don't let your life become a footnote to the story you were supposed to live. We are Olympic-level snoozers of our own lives. Always 5 more minutes. Always next time. Comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's, chapter 20 is how you drown in shallow water. Planning feels like progress, but a plan with no action is just an elaborate daydream with better handwriting. Productivity without direction is the rowing machine of your soul. Exhausting, impressive, motionless. Your comfort zone is the most dangerous place you can live. It doesn't feel dangerous, that's exactly the danger. Research is starting in disguise. At some point, you have enough information. What you need is a decision. Sometimes the person holding you back from your future is an old version of yourself who's afraid of becoming unnecessary. The most powerful prison is the one with no walls, built entirely out of imagined judgment. You don't need the upgraded version of yourself to start. The unfinished version creates just fine. That version of you who started, that's not a fantasy. That's just you 3 decisions earlier. A blank canvas begs to be ruined. Perfection protects the blank. Imperfection creates the art. You will not feel ready before you start. Readiness is the reward for beginning, not the prerequisite. Opportunity has a metabolism. It doesn't wait forever. Every day of perfect moment waiting is a day the window narrows. There will always be one more thing. The checklist was never meant to end. It's not a checklist. It's a sentence. Most of what we fear is a costume. A child-sized fear wearing an adult costume, waiting to see if you'll call its bluff. Someday is the most expensive subscription you'll ever keep. Because the cost is your actual life. You can spend a lifetime becoming an expert in starting, or you can just start. The rearview mirror is useful for 3 seconds. Then it becomes a weapon. If you wait until you feel like doing it, you will never do anything hard. Discipline is doing it without asking how you feel about it. At some point, watching becomes a choice, not a circumstance. And that's the day the stadium becomes a cage. Most people live at a volume 2 life in a volume 10 world, and they call the quiet being responsible. Sometimes we don't start because starting would risk the dream. But an untested dream is just a beautiful lie we tell ourselves. You've already changed. The problem is, you haven't updated your self-concept to match who you've become. The time you've already spent waiting is not a reason to keep waiting. It's the reason to stop. We get so good at protecting ourselves from pain that we accidentally cancel the signal of our own life. Every age has a built-in excuse, which means no age has a real one. The life you're waiting to start appreciating is already happening. Around you, right now. Without your permission, most people are living their plan B and calling it being realistic. Plan B wasn't supposed to be the destination. The audience you're afraid of is not watching. They are worrying about their own invisible audience watching them. You don't lose your vitality all at once. You lose it slowly, in the distance between who you are and who you're meant to become. You are waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to start. That person is you. That permission is a decision. Don't curate a museum of your almost moments. Almost is the saddest word in any language. Busyness is the world's most socially acceptable form of avoidance. It looks like effort. It functions as escape. There is no version 2 of you coming. There is only you imperfect, sufficient, and already enough to start. No one on their deathbed ever said, "I wish I'd waited longer." Not once, not ever. The perfect day came. You were too busy waiting for it to notice it arrive. You cannot run your way to someone else's destination. You can only walk your own path, starting right here. The world didn't need your masterpiece. It needed your music, imperfect and alive. Stop waiting for a map to appear before you move. The map is drawn by walking. Your first step is the compass, the path, and the destination.